Action camera or photography camera? Which is a better option for filming your parkour and freerunning? Stick around and let's find out. What's going on, guys? Jeremy here from Focus Flow, and before we begin, I just want to say real quick that I'm working on another edit. What's cool about this one is that you guys chose the video and the vibe for it over on Instagram, so I highly recommend, if you don't already, follow me on Instagram so you can participate in polls like that in the future and maybe be responsible for future videos on the channel. But unfortunately, while filming that video, I rolled my ankle, so now I'm gonna have to be out from training for a few days. On the bright side though, we still have a new video for you guys, and today we're gonna be talking about cameras, more specifically, which type of camera is going to be right for you when it comes to filming your parkour. Action cameras like this, or DSLR and mirrorless photography cameras like this. So let's get started. So let's start off by defining the differences between these two types of cameras and then go into some of the pros and cons of each type. Now, some key features regarding action cameras are that they are small, lightweight, durable, sometimes even waterproof, and they are mostly designed for filming action sports. The most common brand of action cameras are GoPro. That being said though, there are a ton of other brands that make pretty reliable good action cameras, like this here Sony FDR X3000. I myself actually filmed a lot of videos on this YouTube channel with this camera, so if you want to see how this looks on YouTube, then check out some of those older videos. Now, when it comes to photography cameras like DSLRs or mirrorless photography cameras, some notable differences are that they are bigger and bulkier than their action camera counterparts. They have interchangeable lenses, and they're more used for professional photography and videography as compared to action cameras. So now let's dive into some benefits of both types of cameras so we can figure out which one is the right choice for you. Now, the biggest benefit to action cameras are that they are small, lightweight, and the good ones are going to be durable. Not only does being small and compact make it much easier and more convenient to take with you when you're training, but it also allows you to get shots that you just can't really get practically with any other type of camera. The most notable of which is the POV shot. Now, you don't need me to tell you how prevalent POV or point of view shots are in the parkour community. And if you're trying to achieve these shots in your parkour and freerunning, there's really no other way to do it than to use an action camera like this one. So if you're planning on consistently filming POV shots for your freerunning content, then it's a no-brainer. You gotta get an action camera. Now, another benefit of action cameras being so small is that accessories for them are generally a lot cheaper than those for their photography camera counterparts. Gimbals, filters, waterproof housings, those are all going to be a lot cheaper for action cameras than they are photography cameras. So that's something you might want to consider. And another nice thing about action cameras is that generally they come stock with a super wide angle fisheye lens. And this is great because you can get really up close to the action when you're filming your freerunning and capture everything in frame. Now, that being said, of course, there are advantages of using photography cameras as well, and the first one being the bigger sensor. Part of the reason photography cameras are bigger than action cameras is because they're supporting bigger sensors. The sensor of the camera is almost completely responsible for the overall image quality of your videos. As you can see here, even the 4K out of this action camera doesn't really compete with the 1080p out of the mirrorless camera that I'm filming on now. And the difference becomes even greater when I film in 4K with that camera. Having a larger sensor will also greatly improve your low light performance. If you thought the difference in image quality was big before, well, now take a look at it. Action cameras really require a lot of light in order to get good image quality. Finally, that sensor is also largely responsible for your shallow depth of field. Shallow depth of field is basically having an out of focus or blurry background, and it can also be perceived as higher image quality because the contrast between the out of focus background and the in focus subject makes it look more sharp. And the final really big advantage of photography cameras is the fact that they have interchangeable lenses. Now, we said before how the action camera has a native wide angle fisheye lens that really allows you to capture all the action, and that's true, and it's really good that they come with that. But the beauty of having interchangeable lenses is that you can get different lenses with different focal lengths or different amounts of magnification, so you can really choose how far you want your image to be zoomed in or zoomed out. In order to do that with an action camera, your only option would be to crop the image in post, and if you know anything about cropping, it's just a digital zoom, so you're enlarging the pixels that are already recorded and you're just losing quality the more you do it. Now, I know most parkour and freerunning is filmed at a wide angle, but if you have the ability to use telephoto lenses, higher magnification type lenses, then you can find a lot of uses for them, as I have in the video edits that I do. And that's also only one way that different lenses influence your image. So having interchangeable lenses is a really big advantage. So after taking a look at the advantages and disadvantages of both cameras, Which option is right for you? Well, if you're looking to do POV shots, then action cameras are definitely the way to go. Furthermore, if you want a really small, compact, lightweight, and durable camera that also has cheap accessories, then action cameras are something to look at. And if you also just need something that's able to film your parkour and freerunning, you're not that nitpicky about the image quality and all the different things you can do with a photography camera, then action cameras are a great choice. However, if you are looking to take your filmmaking to the next level, you don't mind a little bit of a learning curve, and you want the ultimate control over your image, then by far the photography camera is the way to go. Better low light performance, the superior overall image quality, and the ability to interchange your lenses based on the situation, those are things that you don't want to pass up if you're really looking to make the highest quality videos you can. And having the flexibility in your images allows you to be more creative in your parkour and freerunning filmmaking. So yeah, those are the differences and advantages between action cameras and photography cameras as it pertains to filming freerunning. All right, that's gonna be about it for me. I really hope this video gave you some insights and maybe even helped you decide which camera is right for you. If you have any more questions regarding this topic or suggestions for future freerunning videos, then leave them in the comments below. I'm Jeremy with Focus Float. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.